Hello everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Now today I'm going to do just a simple pour using these cute little molds that I did get from Temu, and I have seen them on other companies' websites, but this is a little ghost with a hat. He's holding a star, and his hat has a little band and buckle. So we're going to be pouring that today, plus this cute little ghost cat. Now, I did this the other day, and I was using Eco Pour, and it turned out so cute. Now, I also have some Lily Munsta here from Glitter and Crafts for You. That's a beautiful chunky glitter. And then I'm also going to use this blue violet mica powder from the word I cannot say, Glizzle, whatever that is. But so I'm going to tint the resin with this blue violet, and then we'll add the glitter. And while I'm at it, because I did dig out some of my Halloween things, I had done this witch's pumpkin, little pumpkin house. I did that last year, but I didn't get to decorate it all the way. So we're going to add a little bit of embellishments to this. Now the resin I'm going to use today is this Fast Cure from Bond Crafter. So let me raise the camera a little bit and we'll see what's in this box. Okay, I think that's a little better. But this is a 1-to-1 ratio, A and B, which is a 4-hour demold, 8 to 10 hour fully cured. So let's see what we have in the box. Here are 4 nice measuring cups. Our instructions. Oh, there's some more long sticks. We have sticks. We have some little cups. Oh, you know what these are. I never remember the name of them. Oh, it'll come to me. I promise. We have gloves. Oh my goodness, there's also mica powders in here. Look at that. Variety of colors in here. That was a surprise. I thought it would just be, you know, resin. But apparently this is like a full kit. Pretty colors here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really nice micas. Now, aside from those, and this is a surprise, we have some colorants. There's a red and a white, blue, yellow, and I'm sure this is black. Pipette, that's the word. Another pipette, another stick, and the resin itself. There's part B and part A. So let's see. I wish there was a purple in here, but there is not, and I don't need the black. Or actually, let's try the white, because we'll take that with us into the room where I resin, which is my back porch, and we'll use the white and the mica colors, the epoxy. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up in my back room, and we will mix some of this resin together and see what it looks like after 4 hours. Okay, I think I'm ready. Now let's quickly look through the instructions. And it says 4-hour demold, 8 to 10 hour full cure time. Crystal clarity, high gloss, yellowing resistance, low odor, self-leveling, self-defoaming. So preparation, as we're going to make sure everything is clean, put on your gloves. I have my gloves, I have my glasses, and I'm also going to put on my mask. So mix equal parts A and B. It says to mix for 3 minutes, and then we'll pour. And we'll actually let it mix 3 minutes and sit for 5 minutes to allow bubbles to escape naturally. Our working time is 20 to 30 minutes. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to mix 14 ounces of resin because when I did the witch's house, I weighed both pieces and they are approximately 12 ounces. So if you measure or weigh your finished item, it'll usually give you approximately the right amount of resin to pour. So I have a couple of extra molds here, which are little angel wings. I thought Christmas is coming. I do like to put angel wings, oh, that's not it, on some of my little ornaments. So these are the same, both from Temu. And if we have any extra, we'll be using the wings. So let's get going. 7 ounces of each, 14 all together. So I already pulled the plug on this. I'm going to weigh out 7. This is the A. Boy, that's very, very thick. Very thick resin. Here's my 6. And we want 7. We'll probably take almost half the jug. Be sure to wipe your sides. Don't use the same napkin to wipe your sides with, or else you'll never get the lid off your resin if you combine the two. So this is B. And oh, that's very thick too. Wow. Never worked with anything this thick. Now each of these containers is 32 ounces. That could possibly be quite a bit of resin, but I know the hat itself is deep, so I'd rather have more than not enough. That one came up a little high. Let's add to this just a skosh. Alrighty. Another napkin. I put them all on the right side of me, far enough to where I can't reach. But that's all right. So I'm going to use my 2-in-1 Resiners mixing machine once I get this put together, and then we will do some coloring. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, I thought about dividing the colors, but I didn't look at my measurements for the hat by itself. So what we're going to do is go ahead and try this white color paste that came with the Bond Crafters resin. So I know that little black lid will fall right in. Let's go, I've got 14, let's go 7 and see what happens. If there's a hole in there. Probably not, but there's a hair. Of course there is. Of course, of course. So, close by I thought, oh, I had a pin, but I don't see it. Let's see if I can pop it with a little pair of scissors, unless it's already in there. No, we're just going to do it this way. There we go. I shook it pretty good. We'll just go white all the way. Then we could add the purple later. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, something tells me that's not going to be enough. Guess what else I see? Oh, for heaven's sakes. I thought I got it once. Come on, you. Look how thick that is. So I didn't debubble it. I just let it set. Come on here. Did I get you? No, I did not. Tweezers. Grab that bugger. Where'd it go now? Ugh. I'm sure I'll catch it at one point. All right, let's go 7 more. See what we have. Let's see what we have. I knew it was going to be that white. That's a lot of resin. I might have to put my casting craft in there. That didn't do much of anything, did it? Well, surely this isn't 10% liquid. %. Is what they suggest to be the max for what you're coloring. How can I say that? 10% of paste is the allotted amount per your quantity here. I'm going to get the casting craft out. Now this is very old. I've had it for quite some time. When I thought I would do blooms, and I did a few blooms, but not a lot. Shake that up a little bit. This will give it some white. Come on, Bill. Squeeze. Now that's probably clogged. Oh, here it comes. I didn't cut the tip off of this as they recommend sometimes you do, because it is very thick. Wow. That looks good, I think. I think the colors get darker when it consolidates to itself. Do I see that here anywhere? No. All right, let's start with the little ghosty itself. I wonder if I should put this in a jar or a container so it doesn't flop around. Well, I did wipe this one out. That's too small. That's obvious, Billy. Let me see what I have. That's too big. Too big, too small. Well, no matter what, the lid's going to fit down here, and that looks pretty sturdy. So let's just go ahead and get the little ghosty in here. And the ghost. So, let me go ahead and pour the ghost. I mean the ghost cat here. I put that in a jar. That should be enough for this one. And that's a little dirt on the outside I'm looking at. I should squeeze that a little bit. Right down onto the tip of the tail there. This is a cute mold. Oh, I did an art fair last weekend. I had a wonderful time. It was 2 days down by the river. Beautiful weather. Had to bat a few hornets and flies, but other than that, it was lovely. I want to fill this up. And I did sell my little ghost cat. That was what I was getting to. So, the little ghost cat. Get it right there to the edges. Is that a bubble or is that the mold? That's the edge of the mold. Okay, we're going to run over if I don't stop. I twist it because I know I'm so unlevel here in this room. If he doesn't set flat, we'll sand him a little bit. Let me stick under this cup over here. There we go. You seem to be doing all right. Put you over there. A few bubbles. Now, let's see, can we? Oh, you know, oh, this is a maybe. This is a maybe. If I don't have enough, I'll make more. So the plan is I was going to add the purple mica, but I did discover rather than the mica, I have a piece of. I have a some color paste here, which is purple, and this is from Just For You Online UK, and I did get this when I first started resining, so let's just get a little bit on the stick. I just want to tint this resin so we're not putting glitter in a bunch of white. Probably could have used a little more. Boy, that's thick. I need to hurry. It doesn't feel warm. Let's just see if I can't get another drop or two out of that. Whoa, huh, shoot. Billie, it's going to be black. Boy, that just dumped right out, didn't it? Well, we'll see what happens here. Let's try it. Didn't want it to be black. It's definitely purple. Now the fun part, let's get rid of this stick. Put my lid on my casting craft. Now I'm going to get my glitter, and I'm also going to grab another glitter that I brought in here. I thought, am I just being... Oh, I guess I didn't grab it. I was gonna mix it with some plain Jane kind of glitter, so I wouldn't use a bunch of this, but let's just do it. I don't see it. Now this glitter is called Lily Munster, and this is glitterandcraftsforyou.com. Whoa, boy, do I have a heavy hand today or what? What's going on, Billie? I want it thick. That might take up some room. We might have enough resin just because of that. Okay, Lily Munster. That's beautiful. Stir that in. Oh, that's going to be a pretty hat. If that comes through the purple, because I did get a bit carried away, you know. That's kind of kooky, isn't it? Oh. Well, I think we need more glitter. Should have left it white. Shoulda, coulda. Never know. Never know. Jeez. Yeah, let's get carried away, Billie. I think that's going to be enough. Now I have some in my lap. Okay. That might just do it, friends. So in this grody little jar, I do have what's left over from a big deal of clear glue my daughter gave me a while ago, and so it's just enough. Don't need a lot. It's probably more than I need. Use that up. Let's get that in there. Can we mix that in? No glitter everywhere. That's all right. Come on now. Just mix, Billie. Mix like there's no end. So our glitter will just end up at the top of the hat. I bet that shows through nice though. I really think it does. Look at how gooey it gets. Just that little amount of glue. And that, my friends, as you probably know, is from Mr. Cooper, Daniel Cooper. Let's see if we can get this in there and fill this hat, I'm hoping. Because we do need a brim. We definitely need a brim. Over here. Ooh, it's like the glob. Oh my word. Oh, we're gonna do it. If I can get it under. Look at that. It looks like you need scissors to cut that. Come on. I want to be able to pinch. I want to be able to pinch my sides. Look at that, how thick. Because we need a brim. Get all the way in there. I've probably used my 20 minutes of playtime up, haven't I? Maybe more lavender than purple, but hopefully the glitter will come through. Whoa, boy, I'm all thumbs today. That's what happens when you don't pour for a week, Billy. That's why I didn't have a video last week. I apologize. I hope some of you saw my post where you can go to my playlist. I have a Halloween playlist. There's quite a few pretty cool videos on there, I think, that I was able to do last year and maybe the year before. I was going to try to update them because I don't know how much Halloween I'll get done for the month. And I've got another show in November, but that is after Thanksgiving, I believe. So I really don't need to have fall items made. And being after Halloween, I won't need too much of that product. I won't even take Halloween product to that show. Oh my word, look at this. Looks as sweet as candy. But I've got to get it in the rim. It's really a bummer when you make a jar, whoops, and the rim doesn't turn out. Come on, you, get in there. Tilt it a little bit. Get all that goo in there, because that'll be one big bubble if I don't. So I'm going to play around with that. Don't want any big bubbles, especially in the rim. Okay, everyone. Now, this is just over 4 hours because I had to take Miss Annie for her checkup today, her follow-up with the vet. And we're back and ready to demold. So I did leave these alone, and there are some bubbles. That's bound to happen with all that glitter, I would say, but I can easily sand that off. Let's start with these wings. That's what I ended up with. The extra resin. Now I believe these are matte molds, so it won't be that shiny, but I will put polyurethane on top, and there is one set of wings. Let me do a little trimming. Tips are still a bit soft, but it's a thin mold. Here's the other one. Maybe this will surprise me and be shiny, but I believe it's matte too. They are both pretty much identical. Ooh, now see, I like that. That's going to be really pretty. I like to put these on the backs of my little polar bear molds and make ornaments with them. And then this set here, you could drill and make some really cute earrings. I have lots of cleanup to do, but that's really pretty. And these are still a bit flexible because, like I said, thin molds take longer to cure. But I am excited. Let's try the little ghost kitty. I put him in the cup. I knew I had a little run over, so, oh, there's quite a bit. It's in the cup. And I don't think it matters that I lost a little bit on the bottom. But yes, that's set up. Then it says it'll take 8 to 10 hours to harden completely. So that means tomorrow we can do the eyes and decorate. Oh, this little baby. This is cute. Don't break the tail off. I'm going to stand up so I can see. So I can see what you're seeing. There's a little ghost kitty. We'll color the eyes. Trim the bottom. Like I said, that didn't fill up all the way because it tilted and some ran into the cup, but that's really cute. I really do like this mold. I like it a lot. Okay, pull that out. All right, our little ghost body. Now see, this is firm. This is very firm. So we can get this out. This is thin silicone. That's a nice white. You know, we didn't get it all the way white, but it did turn out nice. So this little ghost cup has, there's his little nose and eyes. He's holding a little star. So that's really nice. Get this back into shape. And the hat is what I was worried about. I believe I got it in the entire rim. But, now see, this is a shiny mold, so I'm hoping the hat is shiny too. That'll give us a better idea as to what those wings would look like if I seal them with polyurethane. And that's varnish, polyurethane varnish, wood varnish, not polyurethane resin. And that's coming out well. So I'll let these set overnight. And tomorrow we'll add a few embellishments. And that is a shiny mold. Ooh, that's a lot of glitter, but isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that. It looks a darker purple. Ooh, the tip is fine. It looks darker purple in the camera, which is my phone, than it does in real life. There's a little buckle. And like I said, we'll trim that. At least I have a good solid rim. See how it fits. It fits in great. Now that is cute. That is really, really cute. So I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to let these set, and we'll be back bright and early and finish these off. Have a good evening, everyone. Well, I must say, I have been very pleased with this 4-hour cure resin from Bond Crafter. These have sat overnight, and they are very, very hard. They have cured really nicely, and I've gathered up bits and bobs to see how I want to decorate these pieces. So let's start out with something simple. So I have my polyurethane, which is either what is it, polyurethane, but it's not the resin, it is for wood, polyurethane for wood. And I use it to mix with micas and to paint and to clean up edges on my pieces. So the first thing I want to do, get some of this in a little cup with a paintbrush, and I'm going to paint some edges because I took all these out with my Dremel and I was able to sand. Now you can't see where I sanded at all on this ghost, so that, aside from the eyes, is basically ready to go. But what I want to show you is the hat on the ghost. I went out and I sanded this down. It had a lot of bubbles. There's still quite a few bubble holes. Now I could take UV resin and fill that in and you know, smooth it out, but what I'm going to use is the polyurethane because that works really nicely on resin. So I can fill some of these holes and get the gloss back where I sanded. But I need a bigger brush. Let's try this one. So it will also bring out the shine, and I'll show you that on the wings. We can get to those here shortly, but I want to get this on here and let it dry. I do have resin dust in there. If I can sop this in, it might get rid of some of that. I should have took a brush. I should have taken a toothbrush, for instance, and tried to get some of that out. But I don't think it makes much mind. Some of it comes out. But when you sand resin, you're bound to get the dust in the cracks, but just filling it like this will bring out the shine, smooth that off. I wish it wasn't so bubbly, but it just happened to happen. So with the polyurethane, I can fill a lot of these holes. It might take a couple of coats, but I'm going to go around the whole outside here, and if I can get it in the bubble holes, that will dry clear, and then you won't see them so much. They won't be that obvious. I don't want to get on the side, but let me go ahead and get this done. And I'm also going to do the wings, so that's the matte finish. And with the polyurethane, I think it works just like diamond glaze would work, and I've never used that product on any of my resin, because I just found this works quite a bit. You know, works pretty good, and I don't think it's as expensive, because in the quart jar or quart can from the hardware store, I was able to fill 2 of these bottles, and it has gone a long, long way. So I'm just going to brush this in, let it dry. Let me put you on pause, and I'll come back and we'll keep going. Okay, those are drying, the wings and the hat, and I'm going to go ahead and add some more of my polyurethane into this little container, and we are going to paint in the eyes of our little ghost cat and our little ghost. And what I'm going to be using is some black mica powder. Now this is Temu here, and I also have some Just For You Online UK mica powder, which is a black pigment, and I'll probably run out of this, so we'll go ahead and use that. I'm just going to grab a little micro brush. Heck, I reuse them till the tips fall off, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that black into here. And save your little containers like this, because I did do a video, and I'll put it in my description box. I did do a video making shakers out of these, and they turned out really, really cute. I'm about ready to make some more when I get to it, but it's an idea for you. Worked out pretty cool, I thought. Might have to add more. This has a bit of a, oh, it's more like a dark gun gray color. But I just mix this with the polyurethane. It colors it, and it goes on your resin really, really well, and it's not going to chip off. Or you can use black markers. Sharpies would work. Or, let's see, the paint pens, the acrylic paint pens. But I find, my personal experience is that tends to chip off of the resin if you end up using quite a bit of it. I don't know where my little spoon is for my mica. See, that's got a bit of a shimmer to it, but it is black. We're going to make this really dark. And no, Billie doesn't have her spoon handy, so let's just take this. I'm going to really darken that up. I thought about adding glitter. You can do that too. Let's just see how this mica works out. Give it a good stir. So basically you're making your own paint, I guess you'd say. And it should dry darker than this. I'll try to get the lumps out. And this polyurethane varnish is actually water-based, so it cleans off your brushes easily. Dries very quick. So that's always a plus. I want a bit more, you know. I just want a bit more in here. I think I should know by now that I'll, get more than I think I need, because I always add more anyway. Well, let's hope that works. I do have codes for, I think I have a discount code for just for you online UK. And it has a US facility now, so, you don't have to order from the UK. I have Bond Crafters discounts and quite a few other company discounts. So they're in my description box. If you just hit that more button, bring you right to them. All right, let's give this a shot. If I don't have it all over my fingers, don't want to get it on my kitty cat. So this is a little finer brush, and I'm just going to go black. Just dab it on if you need to. So it'll take maybe a couple of coats. And I was thinking about putting this mica on the hat bands of the ghost hat and possibly the witch's hat jar, because I want to finish that today while we're doing all this. So what have I gathered up? I've gathered up, oh my goodness, trims, some plastic spiders, some more micas, what all? Some stickers, a little bit of trim. Yeah, this might take a couple coats. God, I did this one for the, gosh, I mean to say, I sold this little ghost I did at my fair last week, and I didn't remember the eyes being that deep. Maybe I just did them about that big. We're going to fill in this whole area here. I'm going to let this dry. Do another coat and try to smooth out the edges. Make it a little nicer. Like I said, we can try a Sharpie on the ghost. But let's save the Sharpie for the witch's hat. Or witch house, because I have something on there I need to use a Sharpie on. So by the time we get to back to the cat, the ghost should be done. Now he's holding a little star, and I might paint that star with silver mica, or no, yes, I was thinking silver, or I could use gold mica. Or actually, any color you want. A nice blue would be pretty. A nice sparkly, soft blue would make a pretty star, I think. Or you can just leave it alone and not do it at all. But I do like painting my pieces. I do like embellishing my resin pieces. Now, I could have used mica and turned the mold inside out with the black, but I found that the black gets a little messy, and I tend to get it all over, and then you have to clean it up with alcohol. It works, though. I've done it quite a few times on different molds. That's just another thing you could do. I just want to color in little eyeballs, and he's got a tiny, tiny nose. And I think I'll leave them completely black, like ghosts. They don't have the white pupils or the little specks of white. That eye's bigger than I thought it was. Just fill that in. So I'm going to finish this, do his little nose, do another coat on the cat here. Make that look nice and round. That is a big eye. So I'll be right back with this one when I'm done. Well, here's our little kitty ghost. I'm going to call him done, set him aside, and here is our little ghost who is, his eyes are still drying, so I don't want to mess with him. So I did pull, well, let me tell you about this. I made more than I needed. So what I'm going to do with this is I could go ahead and paint the brim on one of the hats, but I'm just going to let this dry and harden up, because I tend to, once it gets hard, I throw it in my little scrap jug here, and, you know, I get bits and pieces. I'm going to have to make something with this soon, so I'll just let that dry, peel it out of the cup, and add that over there. So I pulled out some trim for the hats. Now, I pulled out a, here you go, just shoelace. Now we could wrap a shoelace and glue it around this hat here, you know, but it might buckle. So I don't think I'm going to go with the shoelace, but that's, you know, there's so many possibilities. Then I came up with this trim, which is little diamond dots on a strand. Now that might look good not only on the orange hat, which is for the witch's house, but that would look good too on the purple hat. And if I did the silver on the star of the ghost, that would match. But I'm thinking, because of all the glitter in this hat, that might be too busy. Might be a little too busy. So another option is I had this black trim. Whoops, the tape's on there. And I think I got this at Michael's one time, or I think you can find this anywhere, possibly the dollar store. Get that tape off. And I'm thinking this might be the way to go. You know, if I just cut that third row off and go around the edge and have that color or accent the hat. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's going to be too much or not. But because I want to add a few more things to the hat, but I think that would look really, really pretty. Or stick to the silver. But for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I'll show you. Oh, this is still a little tacky. It's not completely clear, but gives you an idea. It's filling up all the holes. Once that's dry, that'll be nice and neat. So let's go ahead and grab, I've got a couple Sharpies here. I'm wearing my Sharpies out, but I'm thinking if I take the fine line marker here, I might get it started. Sometimes you have to crack that dry ink. I might just go ahead and outline we might have to color that too, if that's the little buckle. Let's get the inside of the buckle outlined, and then I'm just going to go around and just follow the mold edge. Sometimes you can feel it, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you just gotta do the best you can. But if I go around it with the finer marker, I can fill it in with the larger marker. But I'm trying to see where exactly that edge is on the mold. Just follow that. And then we can go across the top. It might be just nice black. So once again, you could use your acrylic markers. I like the Sharpie permanent markers. Although sometimes you get streaks with your markers. So let's see. So say I went all the way around with that fine line. just to give myself a guide. Then I'll take, this one is getting pretty blunt. And let's see, we try and color that in. And I might not have streaks. I might be lucky enough. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it on both of these hats. See, there's no streaks. It's blending in fairly well. So that's going to be the next thing I do. And then we'll figure out if we're going to embellish that brim. I'm almost thinking no, because I've got a few more things to add onto the hat, and if it's too shiny or too glittery or diamondy or however you want to put it, it just might be too much. So see, let me go ahead and I'm going to do both hats. Then we'll see what we can do when I'm done with that. Well, I was able to paint in the hat bands for both jars, and looking at them, I think for the ghost, I think this might be okay. But then again, I'm thinking it's a possibility, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because we've got so, I think it would take away from the glitter. So what I want to do is leave both of these black. Now, I know the permanent marker is not going to come off, but I have some chrome pens here. And if I use these are, I believe, acrylic. It says high gloss liquid chromium. Now this might scratch off. So I've got a silver one here. Which size is that? These came off of Temu. And so did these pens here, but these have a gold in here that's really pretty. These have golds and bronze, but they're a chrome pen also in the gold. You know, I don't think I have my, oh, what was it called? When I first started, I had Deco, oh gosh, Deco something pen. I don't think I have any more of those. Or the ones I had have dried up. I don't want that one. That one hasn't been opened. I had one in here that was open. That's a silver. Here we go. This is a bronze gold. That's a really pretty gold. I think we're pretty good. So for the little ghost, I think we're going to paint him a silver star right here that's on the mold. There's a little handle there. I'll dig out maybe a brown Sharpie or maybe just leave that alone. I'll just color the star silver. Now this pen might not, the tip should be okay. So I'm going to paint this silver. I'm going to paint the buckle on the hat silver. And for the witch's house, because there's a bronze door, now this was done with mica powders, I'm going to go ahead and use the gold on the witch's house. So let's go ahead and do that. See how well this turns out. Just going to look for the outline here. And I could go, goes right into this area where it pops out like 3D. Now it's pretty liquidy, so I don't want it to run. So I'll be very careful. And just go down the sides, and if it runs, it'll run into the star, hopefully. That'll be pretty, won't it? Yeah, now let me turn it over and hope it doesn't run the other way. I think if it does, I should be able to scratch it off with an X-Acto knife. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. Just color this in. Actually, a little silver. Oh, that would have been an idea. Mica powder with some silver glitter mixed in. The polyurethane would have been nice to do that with, eh? That's a thought. Let's just see what happens. I'll get that tip down here. Get on that edge. There's a hole right there. Let's see if we can get some in that hole. Okay, let's fill this. Oh, I missed a spot right there. Let's fill this in. I'm pulling myself back again and out of view, so I apologize. Let's get this done. Well, that's the house. I get them confused. These are a couple of rings from the dollar store, these spiders. Now, we could put one of those on the hat. Like it's itching its way up there. And I have a little bat. Do a spider and a bat, or just a bat? For the ghost? I don't know. That's rather thick. This is a tiny little mold I have for these tiny little bats. They make very cute earrings. Let's just make it simple. Get my nippers. And we're just going to put on the spider. How's that? Let's get rid of this ring piece here. Nip you right off. Just like so. I'm going to grab my E6000. Oh, Annie was on my desk. Look at that. She left proof. My dear girl left some proof. All right. I just want a stick to put this on. There's a big stick with glue already. Just get some on there. Yeah. Where do you want to be put? One way or another, his arms are going to stick up unless I glue and tape them down. That might look funny. Wish I had a smaller spider, but I really don't. Oh, if I put it to this side, it might give it a little better area to sit on. Oh, let's see. I don't want it in the way of, if you want to lift up your lid. Is that too much, do you think? If that's too much, see it fit better on the hat, a little different. So instead of that, we could do something else. Let me show you this, since still get a little glue there. I came across these little glitter hippo black bats, and I believe Miss April sent them to me. Look how tiny. Oh, those are cute. Let's just put a few of those on. Keep changing my mind. Don't know what I'm going to do for sure. Just a little glue on you. Oh, these are little. How cute. Let's just forget there's a bubble. Let's cover that up. Let's just forget the spider. We'll put some little bats all over this. Wide. They're cute. I want to say Miss Frances. Maybe it was Miss Frances. Gosh, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I think what this is Miss April sent some of this to Miss Frances, and Miss Frances took some of that out and sent them to me. And there's little pumpkins. Look at these. If I can open it. Oh, I hadn't opened that one yet. Let's look at these real quick. Get off track, Billy. It's very dull. There we go. Now these are cute. Look at these. I think you can still go on Glitter Hippo website and order from them. But those are cute. We won't need those. All right, so pretend my star is clean. And he's rather simple but cute. Look at that. I'm going to touch that up too. Just a cute little ghost with his little star. Decorated hat. I'll get some stills. All right, so maybe we'll put the spider on this hat. Let me move some of this out of the way. Get more glue. What I wanted to do, just a couple things. Just a couple things. So on this, I'm sure some of you have this mold. It's really cute. There's a little door knocker. When I did these before, I took one of these little plastic eyeballs. Let's just pick an eyeball, any eyeball. Oh, and it happens to be purple. Let's put that on the doorknob. Maybe I should have pulled that paper off of there. Tweezers. Oops. Let's put that on the doorknob. An eyeball. Oh, come on. Work with me here. Put a little eyeball on there. Okay. Easy enough. Then, there's also, where did I put them? These little ghosts. Ghostesses that were sent to me. And I wanted to put those in a window. Where'd it go? It could be coming out a window. But it's pretty big. Now I'm thinking, if I cut that down, I can put that little guy right in the window there. Might have to cut a hand off. Should I? Because it won't lay flat if I wanted to do it that way. So there's a ghost. I'll just show you what I have. There's a ghost, the spider. Another option for the windows is some stickers. Now I've used these before. These were off Temu. There's little, the hands are a bit too big, bloody hands. But, like the H would fit in there for like help. Oh, there's little spiders there. X's for the, blood in the window. Ooh, there's a spider and a crow. Just whatever I'd say whatever you have on hand. Oh, there's some colored skulls. I don't know what appeals to me yet. I might just put a little bit of blood in the window. Or maybe cut the head off of that little ghost. But I won't put you through all of that. The one main thing I wanted to do is get this skull. Now I have this skull here. And I wanted to put that, whoops, my glue's dripping. I wanted to put this on the front step. See the little step here? Got a step. I'm going to have to put some on the side of his head. I took a little file and filed the side off his head there, so it would sit. It's a bit big. I didn't have any brooms. I think I had two little brooms at one time that fit on this little step, but I'm just gonna, I better move that over. Move this glue over a little bit. Get a big glob. Anyway, I'm just gonna do that. Smudge it all over, Billy. But I want to glue there. Where I sanded the head off a little bit to make it flush. I had to take a little off the bottom, so that should fit right snug in there. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let you go because I've just taken up a lot of your time. And this is what our little house will look like. And maybe we'll put a spider on top. I think I will. So I'll leave you with that. I'll get some stills, clean these up, and just say thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Welcome. I appreciate you all for watching. Be sure to check out my discount links underneath the description. And also check out the playlist. If you go to my channel page, I have playlists there. I have to use the tape. Playlist there for Halloween. Maybe you'll get a little inspiration. Share a little more part of me and my creativity. So I'm sending big hugs. Take care now. Bye-bye.